Hello and welcome to this ASMR Reiki video to provide comfort, to provide insight, to provide space for you to connect with your intuition. And I hope that this finds you doing well. So grateful to be here with you, and let's get started. So I have some tools here that I'm excited to use. I have some dried pine, a candle, the archetype deck that I have, as well as crystals, lavender, yarrow, my little salt shaker. So those will be the tools that we use. And yeah, we'll just see what comes up. So I'm going to pull an archetype card prior to us starting. So the inspiration for this session, and you might hear some background noise too, so I'm going to try not to edit this. I might have to if my dog barks, but we will see. So the inspiration for this is the full moon coming up on Monday, May 12th, 2025. The full moon is in the sign of Scorpio. And so you can listen to this around this time. This also is intended to be a session, a timeless session that you can tune into whenever you need, and that you can receive the benefits from anytime. So the themes of the full moon in Scorpio are transformation, alchemical processing, rebirth, death and rebirth. Themes of Scorpio are very much so about power and intuition and sort of the deep murkiness in life and bringing hidden things to light. So I really want to focus this session on where can we let go in order to make space for that transformative, that alchemical process. So if you're feeling stuck in a certain emotion, if you're feeling these heightened emotions, which is associated with this full moon in Scorpio as well, how can we help to let those things come up and through the way that water helps us just flush out things in our system? How can we allow this to be as empowering of a process as possible, and just providing some love, some tender care and support to you, regardless of whenever you're tuning into this. So we'll get started. I will pull from our archetype deck. Taking a deep breath in, a long breath out. What support is here for the Patreon community? Okay, that one feels right. Ooh, awesome. Okay, this is, I hope you can see it, the empty room. I don't know if it's focusing, sorry. The empty room. And right off the bat, the Wednesday Reiki sessions on Zoom that I host, there was a card that we pulled that talked about galaxies and sort of just the vastness, getting to know the galaxies. And this reminds me of that, of the, let's see if this can focus a little bit more. I don't know if it is, but this looks to me like a galaxy and the stars. I've pulled this before, but I forget what it means. So let me read it here. Sorry, that's not focusing too well. Also, I tried on some, I don't know, darker Scorpio-like makeup. I just felt inspired to do that. Sorry about the airplane. Just to sort of get into that archetype. And then I had black on, and then I got cold, so hence the sweater. The empty room. So this is a place. The empty room. Okay. The vortex, the abyss, the nothing. The empty room haunts us all. Sorry, my tongue got itchy. The empty room haunts us all. It is the universal and all too frequent feeling of lack, of wanting, of craving to fill ourselves with something, anything. We too often attempt to remedy the discomfort of the empty room by any means necessary, leading us to a culture of more. Ironically, the empty room is filled to the brim with potential, yet we perceive it as not enough. This card is a cry for patience, for sitting with the barren walls of not knowing, for awaiting true vision and purpose before attaching to what we should do next to save our outward appearance. Be with the nothingness. Be with the impatience. The empty room has immense power. Let others wonder what you are doing. If you can settle into the magic of emptiness, you will soon hear its whispers of wisdom. This is awesome for so many reasons. I was having a conversation last night with a dear friend and with a couple of dear friends actually about this idea of instant gratification and how it's so easy just to have a feeling and then act on it. And I love this of being able to sit and be with the impatience, be with the barren walls of not knowing, and seeing it filled to the brim with potential and in the way in which we perceive that as not enough. I love it. So good. So when light, spaciousness, potential, and possibility. Spaciousness, potential, and possibility. So through the session, we'll do a lot of releasing to then come into this energy of spaciousness, potential, and possibility. When dark, addiction, insatiability, more for more's sake, which I so resonate deeply with. And I was talking about how as an addict myself, I feel like there's that constant need for instant gratification, for having a feeling, acting on it, for craving something, wanting to do that. And in sobriety, being with those thoughts of like, oh, I could go and do that, and not acting on them, and being then tuned into my values and playing the tape forward. Go deeper. John Cage's 433, which I don't know what that is, but I'll have to look that up. Maybe it's a poem. And this says, a day of silence is a surefire way to harness the power of the empty room. The archetype of the empty room is also portrayed as the hungry ghost, always feeding and never satiated. The archetype of the empty room is also portrayed as the hungry ghost, always feeding and never satiated. Really interesting. I also had a dear friend who might be listening as well. All of these friends I'm mentioning might be listening, which I think is sweet. Did a animal oracle reading, and a lot of what came up in my reading was knowing the power of silence and like when to remain silent versus when to speak up, and like kind of holding my cards closer to my chest, but in a way that's kind of like kind of this empty room feeling of like letting people wonder what you're doing, stuff like that. And I've been kind of trying to cultivate that in my inner world of like, even with my addiction to my phone, it's very much so like more just keep ingesting more. So the gifts of the empty room: spaciousness, potential, and possibility. So yeah, let's get started. I have a candle here for us. It's garden mint, rosemary, sage, thyme, and green leaves. And we'll set our intention for the session. On behalf of your highest and greatest good, in perfect comfort, alignment, empowerment, and peace, I wish to conduct this by proxy distance Reiki healing session in order to help us tune into the energy of letting go what is ready to be let go of, in order to call in spaciousness, potential, possibility that is aligned with our true values, helping us if we're processing grief, helping us release jealousy, grief, resentments. I think that's typically associated with the energies of the full moon in Scorpio. This says an opportunity to release energies of obsession, grief, and jealousy. And to focus in on that feeling of enoughness, of having enough, of being enough. Instead of being like this hungry ghost. Beautiful. I'm going to anoint our candle with some yarrow, which says it's associated with courage, divination, good fortune, long-lasting love, and getting rid of evil and negativity. Placing some of this into our candle. It's a long piece of something. We'll put that in there. Also, where's that? Oh, here. Lavender for that comfort, that soothing, that relaxation to our nervous systems. Beautiful. Okay. And also placing some chamomile into our candle. So seeking love, prosperity, good luck, meditation, and soothing mind and body. Just wanted this to be soothing. Also, I love the courage associated with yarrow. Courage to let go, courage to call in the new. And we'll finally take some pieces of lapis lazuli crystals. And this to me is associated with the throat chakra and being able to put a couple in there. That was so many. That's all right. Maybe they needed to be in there. Cool. I don't know if you can see all our herbs and our crystals. So lapis lazuli, like I said, for the throat chakra, communication. So just like the subtle unconscious mind, things that are maybe coming up to the surface that we weren't aware of prior. Just supporting that, allowing that to feel empowering and like grounded instead of overwhelming. Also with the emotions coming up through the throat, or just like that image of things not getting stuck in the throat, feelings getting stuck in the throat. So let's take some copal incense. And we'll light this incense and draw the Reiki symbols into your body, your physical, mental, spiritual, emotional bodies, wherever they are needed most. Beautiful. Letting the smoke help to clear everything that you're ready to let go of. If you're dealing with grief, if you're dealing with resentment, anger, fear, using this just to help soften, to help almost dissolve it like salt water, like how salt water can dissolve, or like salt in water, dissolving it like salt in water, returning it back to the ocean. Allowing its gifts to stay with you, because we are changed by our emotions. We are not the same as before we felt them. And we're not trying to just like rush our own process as much as we're trying to just be with it, firmly planted, firmly rooted, and to release the excess. So if there's other people's fears, other people's ill will, whether they're aware of it or not, that's being sent to you, we're just gonna use this copal to return it to sender. Any disempowering energies, releasing, maybe feeling any energy that you're no longer willing to carry, exiting through the bottoms of your feet. Maybe you take a deep, full belly breath. You imagine this energy exiting down through the bottoms of the feet. Beautiful. So that empty room, so creating space. Let us not be afraid of spaciousness. Let us find that there is immense joy, love, bliss, harmony in the spaciousness. Seeing like some sort of creature, like some sort of maybe fish or something that like has lost like the left side of their wing almost, or like their gills, or something that helps them move forward. But you're just like, I keep going in a circle because the left side, my left wing or my left fin, more so it's kind of what it feels, is like just keeping me spinning in a circle. So the left side of the body is typically associated with the lunar energy, that more subtle, soft, gentle, intuitive space associated with the moon. So how can we re-energize that lunar side of your body? I'm going to focus on your left, would be my right. So over here, taking my hand down to the left knee and one hand on the left shoulder. rebalancing this. Who told you that you couldn't be soft? Who told you that your softness was weakness? Releasing that energy now, reclaiming your softness, reclaiming your emotions. Sending love physically to any pain in the left knee or left shoulder here. Physically sending them strength and love. Seeing like somebody coming and kicking over this, like these stones that you've built up. Like you have been taking the time to like build up these stones and stack them. And someone coming over and just kicking them down and feeling like you're just starting over again. So letting any feelings of that anger, that frustration, helping them to move up and through, holding the sacred space for yourself. Sorry, my stomach is making noises. How can we create space for our softness? Grounding, taking time to ground, taking time to feel grounded. I'm going to take this pine, which is awesome for grounding, and sending this specifically to the left side of your body. As I'm recording this, it's also, the moon is in the sign of Libra, which is all about balance. So maybe this is asking us to balance those two sides, that lunar and solar. Okay. Down the left side of the body. Grounding down into that root chakra, the space. Sorry if you hear my dog. The space at the base of the spine. Seeing a little bird building a nest here. I'm also seeing like tentacles kind of like suctioning, putting like their little tentacle imprints on a lot of stuff. So what does it feel like it has like your, like its prints on you? Not like to villainize the octopus, but like just feels like maybe that's you, maybe you're the octopus that's like has your hands in so many different things that I feel like you can't rest. I know that for myself for sure, but like you can't rest back into just like coming back into center, like leaving prints on things that maybe you don't even like have intentions around doing, or you feel like that is happening to you. Like you have other people's tentacle prints on you, if that makes sense. Let's take some salt. So this is pink Himalayan salt. We're just gonna clean slate to those tentacle prints so that you can come, if they're yours or if they're somebody else's, you can come in and be like, okay, where do I want my imprints? Or like, what is not mine? How can you really come back into center and like move with intention? especially in the root chakra. So your sense of safety, your sense of belonging. And this then carries up through the physical, like back body. So all that you're carrying on your back, I'm seeing like that 10 of Wands card in tarot, where it's like you're just carrying so many wands on your back. Let's do a little bit of shaking here with the salt shaker down the length of the back body. Releasing, letting go, releasing, letting go, releasing, letting go. Seeing 777. How can you remember that you are supported? You are divinely held. You are held by all that have come before you, by nature, by your loved ones, by your community. Hearing you deserve to be happy. Life doesn't happen in a vacuum, which kind of makes me say, like, what does that mean? Like, your experiences are also happening to other people. You know what I mean? Like, you're not alone in what you're feeling is kind of the vibe that I get from that. Sorry about the cars. Connect with others. Release the ancient urge to isolate. Ancient, I don't know if it's the right word there, but like the familiar urge, perhaps. Find the sweetness. Find the honey, like a bee, like you're kind of have the patience to like travel from flower to flower, to collect insights, information from each of these experiences, and then from that, taking it and creating that honey that you can use to sustain yourself. Sorry, my cat's eating, if you can hear her eating. She's like, I'm gonna sustain myself. That's what I'm gonna do. Her little slurpy noises. Feeling the love of your familiars, so your pets, your animal companions, perhaps, even loved ones in a human form that have left their bodies, or animal companions that have left their bodies. Feeling that love, that support. We're just going to go through with the selenite athame and just clear around the aura anything that is ready to be let go of, anything else, on behalf of your highest and greatest good. Physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Combing through the weeds. Softening the knots, creating spaciousness where there was none before, where we might have forgotten our power. Seeing the frog here of transformation, rebirth. Taking this piece of citrine at the solar plexus chakra just above the belly button. Holding it here, seeing the different layers of the earth. Coming back to that center. Maybe your belly is making noises as well. Feeling that energy flow through. Seeing an image of a book and this invitation to turn the page, turn the page, turn the page, keep going, turn the page, read on. That's beautiful. Turn the page. It's like you can always go back and read the book. You can read the previous pages, but that urging you to turn the page. Moving forward. Letting go. And just because you turn the page doesn't mean that the grief won't still come up. Or it doesn't mean that their memory, whatever that is to you, is gone. It's like turning the page is a gift for everyone involved. Like turning the page is like a butterfly effect, like a ripple in time when you choose to move forward, when you choose to let go, the healing that can come into your life, the spaciousness. A new relationship with the grief, with the anger, with the resentment. Beautiful. Okay. I'm going to take some of this opening heart chakra oil, and this is geranium and lemon. So I'm going to place this at the third eye and on the wrist points, your left and right wrist. I'm just placing some of my hands here, placing it over your heart. Your sweetheart coming back to center. Seeing a panther here. Feeling this energy flowing into your heart space, this loving, kind, supportive, regenerative, alchemical energy. Doing a little bit more shaking around this specific heart point. I'm going to go to the back body actually, and just shake out any last debris or like emotional strings that are just like hanging out that aren't even being like used, or they're just like taking up space. And how can we glean the gifts and the insights while also creating space for something new, for more presence, living in the present versus the past or the future. Coming around to the front. And then infusing that space, I have a rhodonite crystal. This is all about self-love, self-compassion, infusing that into that heart space. Softening the muscles of the face, of the jaw. Beautiful. And I have a piece of copper, if I can find it. And also placing this towards the bottom of your feet or the lowest point of your body. So these different, I forget what this shape is called, but these different prisms. This is just helping with grounding, helping those meridian energetic points to flow in harmony, in balance. Placing that at the feet. Beautiful. I'm going to read about the panther animal guide. This is the image that I saw. So the black panther. Panthers are among the smartest of the big cats. They are highly skilled swimmers and climbers. They are perhaps best known, however, for their exceptional hunting skills. Black Panther is nocturnal and pursues her prey under the cover of darkness. For this reason, she is often referred to as the ghost of the night, which is interesting about the hungry ghost archetype kind of. When you receive this card, you are beginning to feel your power as you come closer to your goals you once felt were out of reach. Perseverance and dedication are paying off. The spirit of Black Panther is by your side, offering her support as you continue to follow your heart. Take pride in knowing you are an example of courage and that your patience and determination will soon be rewarded. Patience, determination, cool. You may be hesitating to take action toward a goal you've been long contemplating. Fear fuels inaction. Inaction will keep you from the life you are meant to lead. Call upon the spirit of Black Panther to guide you through the darkness. You'll see that your desire is stronger than your fear. Confront that which frightens you, and it will become your ally. Confront that which frightens you, and it will become your ally. That's such a Scorpio theme. Take the leap, trusting that all will be well. The affirmation is, I have the power to conquer any challenge. My desires are stronger than my fears. I embrace my inner strength. I love it. And the 777 number, I have this Angel's Number book. It's so cool because it goes right along with this, and I forgot this is what it was, but 777 is face fear, trust the divine. Your angels are asking you to release the fear of the unknown, to trust the universe and give up your control of what's going to happen next. Your angels are telling you not to fear the truth, but rather to embrace it with faith that it's all in your best interest. It is perfect in the design brought to you by your most trusted guardian angels. It is perfect in the design brought to you by your most trusted guardian angels. It's awesome. Okay. We'll end with some lavender oil on my fingertips. Fluffing up your aura, getting it nice and cozy and comfortable and acclimated. Being gentle with yourself. If things come up after the session that you're like, why did that come up? What my Reiki master teacher has said is like things, especially after Reiki sessions, come up to be like let up and through. You don't really need to like dive deep of like, why is this coming up now? It might just be that like it's coming up to be let go. And of course you can always reach out to me to chat about things as well. Drinking lots of water today after the session. Imagining that water is your intention, your hopes and spaciousness and dreams and goals and power. So even whispering an affirmation into it, like the one from the Black Panther, I have the power to conquer any challenge. My desires are stronger than my fear. I embrace my inner strength. Infusing that into your water. And taking a sip. Thank you so much for being here. I will close our time together with the Koshi bells. I'm sending you so much love, peace, harmony, balance.